and welcome to Creating with Guerrilla Art. My name is Miss Tiffany and I'm here to teach you how to make some donuts. We got some fun things. I just gathered up some supplies that I found around my house, and I was hoping that you might be able to find these same supplies to make them. Here's our first one. It's a donut, and we made this one out of cardboard that almost everybody might just be able to find, and it has puffy paint to make the frosting, and of course glitter. Gotta have glitter. This little donut is super cute. I put on a paper plate, and it may surprise you. What do you think it is that we made it out of? If you've ever been to my studio, Guerrilla Art Studio, you definitely would have made a donut before, because they're all the same and the kids love them. I think we're going to start off with this one today. This one I made out of a cereal box. So you can make it as big or as little as you want. My son loves Cocoa Pebbles. So we have a bunch of these boxes. And you may need some help getting your parent or somebody to cut out, you know, the other side so that you can have a flat side. What you want to do is find something circular that's round that you can use as a stencil. In this case, I have this plate, so it's a perfect stencil. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw around, and there's my circle. Hopefully you can see the pencil line. Grab yourself a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut out the circle. One thing that a lot of people, even adults I find, don't really know how to cut to where it's easy. A lot of people get to this point and see how my arm has to really bend. Well, what I like to do is actually move the paper around. I stop holding it, and then I just adjust my hand as I cut the paper out. The secret is you want to remove your hand when you're pinching your scissors. So when you're closing those scissors and they're kind of holding on to that paper or the chipboard, then you can move your hand. All right, so we got ourselves our donut. Now, gotta have a hole. Donuts always have a hole, unless they're jelly filled. Now that's a whole different donut, and I love those. You just gotta find something that's a little smaller. You can either just kind of freehand it if you think you can do it, or I'm just gonna find something a little smaller circle. I've got my donut hole. Now this is the easiest way, I think, to cut it out. I like to fold my donut. I line up these two sides, see? And then I'll pinch it right there. I don't really pinch it on this side or this side, but just in the middle, and then I pinch it with my fingers. And then I'll come and I'll cut this out. Now remember, you gotta really move your hand around to make it work. And if you need to get an adult to help you cut it out, that's okay. Oops, see, I need to cut a little more right there. I didn't cut it right. Now, you got a donut hole. Easy. Helps if you kind of rebend it like that. See? Okay, so we have our donut, but we need some frosting on it. Now it's up to you if you want to paint the donut and give it more of a golden brown color. Maybe you want a pink donut. Actually, you know, that sounds cute. I wasn't going to do this, but let's do it. I'm going to paint my donut pink, because I got pink donuts, right? You know, you could do whatever you want because this is your donut. You could even put a face on it. You could do all sorts of stuff. Okay. I got that painted. Now, I'm going to set that aside because we need to make our frosting. And that's the part I definitely want to teach you how to do. The frosting is puffy paint. So what you need to make puffy paint is shaving cream. I got this one from the dollar store. You can get it from Target, the dollar store. Hopefully, ask your parents. They might have some shaving cream at the house. Shake it a little bit. Now, don't go crazy. You don't need tons and tons of this, okay? I'm just going to squirt a little bit out because you don't need a lot. See that? It's a good little dollop. So it's 50-50. That means half of the mixture is the shaving cream and half of the mixture is the glue. Okay. So it doesn't have to be exact, but I would say that it mixes up pretty good. And then I'm going to put in the color that I want. This only needs a tiny squirt. You don't need a lot. So I'm going to do blue. I have some pink made up, but I thought it'd be fun to do blue. And I'm just going to stir it up. You don't want to over mix it. I'm kind of like folding it into itself, which means I'm kind of spinning it around and then tucking, spinning, tuck. And you want to get that glue mixed up. So often I see the kids, they don't mix the glue in there enough. And you don't want to over mix it, like I said. But look at that. It's nice and puffy. It looks like mint frosting, doesn't it? I like it. So, got our donut. Now, because I painted it, it's starting to curl a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to kind of bend it back a little bit. This is the important thing to notice. When you put the frosting on here, I don't know if you've ever frosted a cake or anything, but you don't paint it. And a lot of kids, they think that they got to paint it because we're using a paintbrush. But I like to kind of dollop it on. And then do you see how my brush is kind of bouncing around and pushing it? That's all I'm doing because you want it to be real bumpy and lumpy. See? I'm just bouncing it around. You don't want to paint it because you start painting, it starts getting thin like that. And we want it to be poofy, like frosting. Ooh, it looks so good. What do you guys think? Just gonna pounce that around, put a little more on that side, starting to look like a donut. So much fun. Puff paint, I use it in so many different ways. One time we did pandas out of we didn't even add color and it was just white. I love using puff paint. We'll make cupcakes. We make cakes with it, just for fun. And then, what does every donut need? It needs sprinkles. So I'm just using glitter for my sprinkles. We've used real donut sprinkles before, but I happen to have some glitter here that looks like little tiny lines. They're not round glitter. I don't know if you can see that. So it really gives it a sprinkle look. And then I have some other glitter that are like little flowers. And I'm going to put that on. And that's our easy first donut. If you don't have any shaving cream and you have no way to get it, that's okay. I would still add a little glue to your paint and then just paint it on and you'll still get a really thick frosting look painted donut, which is fun. Okay, so now we're gonna do this donut here. Did you guys guess what it's made out of? It's kind of crazy. We're gonna make it out of a sock. Everybody at home probably has a sock drawer or a sock bucket where it's missing its match. You can't find the other one. This is one. This is my little red sock. And I couldn't find the match to this, so I figured I'm going to use it in our project today. The first thing you want to do, you want to make sure it's clean. You don't want to use a dirty sock, right? It's got to be nice and clean. Down here where the toe is, we want to cut a hole right there. Just like that. And then what I like to do is I want you to turn it inside out. I stick my hand in it and then I grab it with my fingers here. I turn it inside out like that. Okay. There's a lot of fun things you can make out of socks. We have a whole thing on socks, you know, making sock monsters, sock gnomes. So what I started to do is the side that's the top part of the sock, not the part that we cut off, okay? I'm going to start to fold it in. And you want to just turn it in very tightly. You don't want to just like be turning it in crazy. We start it over. See how I'm just doing a little bit at a time? Just turning it in. Hang it like it. I like to stick my thumbs and keep that hole happening. There's the hole. Make it look like a donut. There. See? That's starting to look like a donut. Now I think it's kind of fun to put it on a plate. And I'm going to glue it on. So you can use regular white glue to glue it on. Or if you have help, you can use a glue gun. Make sure you ask permission before you grab a glue gun. Okay? All right. I just put a little bit on there. And then with the same frosting, you're just going to drip it on. But I'm going to use, I had pink mixed up, so I'm going to do it with pink again because pink and red look cute together. Again, you don't want to be painting it. You're kind of bouncing it. And this is fun. It'll be fun for you to make this and see if you can trick anybody to thinking it's a real donut. You don't want them to eat it or bite it or anything, but just make them think it's a real donut. Could be fun. Isn't that cute, my little donut? Oh, and you know what I forgot? If you happen to have essential oil at home that smells really yummy, you could put a few drops in your paint and you'll have a really yummy smelling donut. Sometimes I had one essential oil, like a gingerbread, or I don't know, just depends what you've got. Strawberry would be a good one. And there's my frosting. Take a look at that. This was a really fun, easy project. If you made a bunch of these donuts here, you gotta lay them flat to dry, by the way. This takes at least 24 hours to dry. This would be so cute if you made a bunch of these and then you strung them up on a string and had them like that. It'd be so cute. You could hang that string up on the wall. There's a lot of fun things you can do with it. You might even, if you're going to see it in two different directions, you could, you know, have it go both ways. You know what else would make a great donut? An old CD or DVD. You'd have to definitely ask permission for that. But look around your house and see what kind of donuts you can make. I look forward to seeing donuts. That's your challenge. Find some things you can make donuts out of. Use the puff paint and use your imagination. I'm sure you're going to come up with some really fun things. And tag me so that I can see it. You can tag me at hashtag Gorilla Art Studio or hashtag Gorilla Donuts. I want to see what things you come up with. One last tip. Now, all you slime experts out there, I know you're already looking at that thinking, ooh, I can make slime. And you absolutely can. This is the beginning to fluffy slime. Anything you have left over, you could either add contact solution to this, ask for permission first, don't just do it, or you could get a little bit of starch. Either way, you're going to need some help with adding that second little element in here. And just start stretching it and you'll be surprised you'll have slime. Have a wonderful week and I look forward to seeing you back here. Bye.